Hello everyone and welcome to the computer literacy course again. In this short video, we'll look at types of computers and factors that affect computer performance. There are various types of computers out there like laptops, notebooks, servers, mainframe computers, you name them. So that's what we'll have a quick look at. Computers come either as analog or digital. There are also some computers that come as hybrid. However, in this video, we'll only have a quick look at the digital computer. We'll just focus on the digital computer. Smaller things like calculators, palm-tops computers, microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers, as well as supercomputers make the list of the types of computers that exist. And these are the ones that we will have a quick look at in this short video. What are supercomputers? Supercomputers are some of the fastest and largest computers available today. These computers have two common characteristics. They are able to process instructions in parallel, and they have the ability to automatically recover from failures, so they are fault tolerant. Supercomputers are the biggest, most expensive, and fastest. The second type of computer is the mainframe computer. The mainframe computers are ideal for transaction processing like financial applications, investment analysis, and other applications that require extensive computation. Many users can simultaneously use the mainframe computers without it being overloaded. One large disadvantage of the mainframe is that it is expensive to purchase, expensive to operate, and expensive to maintain. However, it's very good for bigger and larger organizations. Mini computers, also known as mid-range computers or workstations, these are a bit slower and have often less memory than mainframes. However, they are workhorses as well. They lie somewhere between mid-range and personal computers. They can be used by individuals or groups. They are fast, more sophisticated than an ordinary PC which stands on the desktop of an office or the ones we use in offices and at home. They include numerous productivity tools that increase efficiency. That's one good advantage about mini computers or mid-range. Microcomputers or personal computers. These are the computers that we use in homes. The memory size and processing capabilities of microcomputers are less than mainframes and mid-range computers. However, these days with hardware technology advances, one can upgrade a PC to a more powerful machine. So it can be configured to meet the specific needs of a user to run as fast as one would require it to. Network computers. The network computers are used mainly to access data and programs that reside on a company's network or on the internet. They are well suited for task-oriented jobs such as data entry, order entry, and assembly line work. This is because if one is situated in a different town, what they do in that particular town on the computer will simultaneously show and appear on the other computer in another town. So the function by downloading all applications from a central computer and obtaining as well as storing all data back on the central computer, and they offer cost efficiency, but they can cause bottlenecks. The good thing about them is you don't have to travel, you don't have to call, you simply log in and you access everything via the network right where you are. Mobile computers like laptops, notebooks, handheld and pen-based. These computers are battery operated, so they can be used anytime, anywhere, and on the move. The portability of notebooks and handheld computers has increased the productivity of many employees. Now let's have a quick look at computers that support different work groups. For personal information systems, we need simple things like PCs, laptops, notebooks, handheld computers, and pen-based computers. For work group systems, they would require computers that include the mid-range or mini computers as well as workstations. For enterprises, which are big, they would require computers like the supercomputers and the mainframe computers. Now, as you can see here, for personal use, there isn't a need for you to go and buy a supercomputer which is big and expensive, while you only need to type a few documents. Now, enterprises would require mainframe and supercomputers because they do extensive things that require such type of computers. CPU, that's the processor. The processor, also known as CPU, is the major factor in a computer's overall performance. It's measured in megahertz for all the computers, but these days most computers run in gigahertz. This is the number of times the CPU can switch back and forth. It is the driving force in the power the processor has. The higher the gigahertz, the more faster. But the problem with this is the more faster it is the more heat it produces. And this is the reason why they need a heat sink to cool it off. So if your computer has a bigger and faster CPU, it means it is going to perform much faster, as this is the brain. The next thing is the RAM. The system RAM measured in megabytes and gigabytes. For older computers, they were installed with megabytes. Newer computers, gigabytes. So an average desktop may have 2 gigabytes of RAM. An average laptop may have 4 gigabytes of RAM, but they can go up to 8 gigabytes depending on the user. Now, the amount of RAM in a computer makes a huge difference in how the computer performs, as it can store larger data and applications at once without it being slow. So RAM is a factor that affects computer performance. The bigger the RAM, the faster it would be able to run without freezing. Another thing is the hard disk drive. Hard disk drive, this is the storage space. They come in gigabytes. terabytes as well. So this is necessary to store larger data. How fast the hard disk can find, read, and write as well as transfer data will make a difference in the way the computer performs. Most hard drives spin at 7,200 revs per minute. Older models still spin at 5,200 revs, which is revolutions per minute, which is one reason they often appear sluggish. Now, if you have a computer with a bigger hard disk drive, it means you can be able to store larger data on that computer, and if that hard disk drive runs at a speed of 7,200 rpm, it will be able to quickly read and write data onto the disk. So a hard disk with 7,200 is much faster than the one with 5,200. A video card. Now when a computer puts an image on the screen, something has to render it, and that is the job of the video card. The better the card, the clearer the image. Now some computers have the video processing hardware on the motherboard, while others have a standalone video card. You'll find computers that don't display clearly, and the culprit is most definitely the video card. If you upgrade the video card or install the software related to the video card, it will display much clearer. The next thing is the expansion. Now an expansion slot is a socket on the motherboard, and it's used to insert an expansion card or a circuit board, which provides additional features to increase the functionality of a computer, such as the video, the sound, and advanced graphics, as well as Ethernet or the memory. Now if your computer has expansion cards, you can be able to expand it. So this is another factor that one can look at in order for them to decide how fast the computer can perform. Now even a computer made of the latest and the best components, they still require maintenance. It's important to install updates, keep the computer free from malware, and perform regular upkeep. Updates and maintenance can help the computer run better and fix problems. So these are the factors that one has to look at in order to make sure the computer performs much better.